Hi, Zoe here and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another Throwback Thursday for you. I thought I would work with embossing powders today. Now I know that they're not really a throwback, we still use embossing powders a lot, but I don't. So I thought I have all these embossing powders from when I was a card maker, and I almost never make cards anymore. And I never use them, so I thought I was going to. So I'm going to go ahead and use the stamp set from the Felicity Jane London kit. And I'm going to use the florals from this kit. So I've gone ahead and marked out where my photo is going to go on some basil marshmallow cardstock. And I've used my embossing buddy just to take any static off the page. And now I'm using Versamark and the large floral, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp those down, make sure they're where I want them to be, because it's really hard to see. I do apologise, you're not going to be able to see very much of anything at all because I'm actually embossing it on white on white, so I apologise for the fact that you're not really going to be able to see anything. And because of that, I am going to go ahead and skip through to the point where I have finished, and I've used the large stamp set and also a smaller floral and a few sort of drifty leaves. So again, I've checked my positioning, and now I'm going to go ahead and add some mixed media with my watercolour set. So I've just spritzed my paper there, and this blue is, it's beautiful. Now, I'm no painter. I'm just dabbing that stuff on. I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just, popping it on where I think it looks good, essentially, is where I'm going with that. And just adding a wash of colour right over the embossing, and adding just little spots of deeper colour so that when it dries it will have a nice multi-tonal effect, even though I'm only using the two colours. I'm going to use my heat tool just to give it a quick dry. Just to speed things up a little bit, and usually I would cut this out, but I decided to leave it in. So now I'm going to go ahead and just mix up a little more of that beautiful green that I'd previously mixed, and just add a little bit more, and then I'm going to add some splatter effect with the same colours, just by I'm lifting some of the colour up. And add, I'm spritzing with water just a little bit, letting it drip off my fingers. If you've ever followed Tim Holtz, you know that that's his technique for lifting up distress inks. So it actually works pretty well on any colour reactive paint or pens or anything like that. Anything that's water reactive, like watercolours or watercolour pens or watercolour pencils, that technique will work just fine on. It doesn't have to be distress inks. And I've added some drops of water and some splashes of paint and lifted it up with my towel, and it gives a lovely little sort of mottled effect. I decided to go with blues because my son's wearing a blue shirt, and I know my daughter is wearing pink in this, but I thought because he's furthest away from where I was doing the mixed media, it would add a nice continual colour scheme across the page. So that's why I opted for that. I'm backing my photo onto some vellum. Nope, that's a complete fabrication. I'm backing my photo onto a glassine envelope. So I'm so used to backing onto vellum, and I'm trimming the envelope to size, which will actually give me two separate layers of the glassine as well, which is it adds a really fun sort of texture to a page. It's very similar to vellum, but not as transparent. So I'm going to back the whole thing onto some foam. It's just fun foam, as I've mentioned several times before. Just backing it, and I'm not adding a whole lot to this at all. I'm keeping it relatively simple. And again, from that same Felicity Jane kit, I've picked up this chipboard. And now I want to add some torn paper strips down the side of the down the side of the whole layout, and I decided to actually go with the pink just to bring up that pink that my daughter's wearing. Now it's not quite the same shade, but I don't mind that. I think it gives it the feel of the colour that she's wearing. So yeah, I'm okay with it not being quite the same shade. You know me, I'm easygoing about these kind of things. I know some people would be twitching and it would drive them nuts, but not me. I do not care. So I'm adding a torn strip of blue, again just to bring out that blue that my son is wearing, and just popping it up behind the pink, and I'm going to add a smaller cluster of the same papers just onto the bottom right hand corner. Very small, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and stitch those with my sewing machine, and as always I will stitch them off camera because my sewing machine is a bum and it never ever plays nicely. I inevitably have to rethread it about 1,000,000 times. It's just, yeah, it's a pain. It likes to test me. So I'm gonna go and commit to my photo layer where I've left a space for it, because clearly that's where I left the space, so I'm going to commit to it there. Just making sure my layers are nicely stuck down, and then I'm going to have a little look through the ephemera, the cut apart sheet, and do I want to add in the floral that matches the floral stamp, and I don't. It makes it feel far too busy. So I think I'll just keep it nice and simple with just some label, they're not stickers, are they? The label die cuts. The word escaped me for a second there, goodness me. So you can see I'm just going through the cut parts and things just to see if there's anything else I want to use. And that pink heart was just too deep for the layout. I felt like it was too obnoxious against how pale everything else is. So I'm just going through and seeing if there's anything I want to use, and obviously the enamel hearts are perfect for this because they're white, so they're not going to add anything too distracting. And I'm going to commit to this file tab, which is from the cut apart sheet. It's on sticker paper, so I'm just going to stick it into my glassine layers there and just stick it down, and then commit to my what am I doing? Glue. Commit to my chipboard, which is going to go right across there. I think it works really well across the photo like that. It adds a lovely visual element to the photo. It's not the best photo, to be honest. It's the sun was glaring into them, but I don't care. It's, you know, I will scrap any photo that makes me feel things, and even if it's not a very good photo, I don't mind at all because it makes me feel things. And it's a lovely photo, and there's no particular story behind this photo or anything like that. It's just one that I took when my son was small and my daughter smaller. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some of my faux journaling with Tim Holtz phrase stickers. As I said before, there's no particular story to go with this photo at all, so I don't mind adding in a little bit of faux journaling. I knew I wanted something, but I couldn't think of anything particular to say, so for times like that I quite like just using phrase stickers just to say a few witty little phrases that'll match the photo. So I'm just going through and I'm adding one to the heart, which I think says I love us, and just the 3 phrase stickers under the photo. I can't believe that I only have just over a week of March left. Can you believe it? It has been quite the month. My children have been ill and I've been super ill. I've had a really bad stomach bug. So yeah, doing this has been quite the quite the eye opener for me. So I've added some gold colour shine from Heidi Swap, and that's about it. I don't think. Oh no, I'm lying. What am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to add just a little bit of stamping. There's a beautiful little sort of outline of a heart, so what I'm doing is doing secondary stamping. So I'm stamping it off onto a piece of scrap paper first, and then using the much lighter stamping on the layout, because I didn't want it to be too glaringly obvious. So I'm just adding a few of those, and other than that, I think that's it. I really like how simple this one is, and it's super simple for me. And I really like how it turned out, and I got to use my embossing powders, which is really cool. So yeah, let me know down below what you think, and I will be back tomorrow with the next video. If you leave me a thumbs up if you like this video, I would really appreciate that, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.